This world of expression is just a union of your imagination and feelings. But these red pill gurus always tell you to hustle your way to success. Do not just sit still and imagine wonderful things and feel amazing feelings. No, they do not allow you to feel wonderful feelings before you achieve the actual goal of your life. They always say stupid things like emotion is only for females. They themselves are really emotionally volatile creatures, but they advocate that men should always be logical in their approach. But all the spiritual leaders agree that feeling is the secret of creating the life of your dreams. There's a very interesting book by Neville Goddard, a prominent Western spiritual leader, and that book's name is Feeling is the Secret. It literally teaches you how, when you feel wonderful feelings, your life changes. If you properly analyze yourself right now, if you just close your eyes, you can see that you are filled with a lot of negative feelings in your mind. A lot of bad mental imagery is going to come up if you simply close your eyes and sit still for at least 10 minutes. A lot of negative feelings like anger, rage, anxiety, worries, concern will come up. And that's the reason why you have attracted so many crappy situations in your life. That is the reason why you have panic attacks at night. And these red pill gurus do not address this because they are uneducated about these facts. They do not care about consciousness, about human mind, about emotion, about spirituality, about true religion. All they care about is their stupid view of hypergamy, monkey branching, male female dynamics, and all of this stupid stuffs. Because I was red pilled too. When I was training to become a doctor in a medical school, I was red pilled. But then I had a panic attack, and none of these red pill stuffs helped me to overcome my panic attacks. So naturally, I had to study all of this para psychological stuffs in order to upgrade my life truly. So do not listen to red pill gurus because they are actually destroying your life. They are actually destroying the emotional aspect of your life. The brain that is with you can do both things wonderfully. The logical aspect and the emotional aspect needs to be properly combined in order for you to become a fully amazing human being. But these red pill gurus do not allow you to do that. So there are two principles that I have personally found that is unanimously agreed upon by all the Eastern spiritual leaders and Western spiritual leaders. And these two principles are: number one, your physical universe that you deem to be so physical and material is actually immaterial. It is completely spiritual and mental. The reason why this physical universe is spiritual is because in existence there is only one spirit, and that one spirit has been manifesting into all the things that you perceive to be physical and all the energy as well. All things that you can perceive and calculate and discover in this universe is just a manifestation of that one spirit. So it is just one spirit. Universe is just spiritual. And the reason why I say that universe is mental is because your mind is a spark of that one spirit. Your mind is a spark of that divine cosmic consciousness. So if you can write new programs in your mind, in your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is the 95% of your mind, if you can write new programs in your subconscious mind, then you are directly communicating with that one spirit, and you can create anything in your life. You can attract any wonderful situations in your life. You can create the freedom that you really crave right now. You can become completely free from all these mental health issues and panic attacks. The number two principle is feeling is the secret. I've already told you, if you learn how to cultivate positive, wonderful, elevated emotions, then you will be a magnet for wonderful things in your life. A person only experiences tragic circumstances in his life because his feeling state, the dominant feeling that he feels throughout the day is really bad, is probably red pill rage if you're red pilled, is anger, is resentment towards people, especially women if you are red pilled, is competition, especially if you're red pilled, because you are already always programmed to, see the world as a player versus player. You do not Red pill gurus do not teach you how to be calm with yourself, how to relax within yourself. That's against the philosophy of red pill. Of course, it is going to create a generation of anxious, secretly anxious men. These red pill people all pretend to be really strong and powerful, but if you are so powerful, then why do you have panic attacks? Why are you searching in YouTube how to get rid of panic attacks quickly, right? So do not forget these two principles. And based on these two principles, there are three meditative steps in order to completely gain freedom from panic attacks. And the first step of meditation process is yoga nidra. Right now, you're watching me on a phone or a tablet or a computer, and you're producing beta waves in your brains. When you do yoga nidra meditation, your brain starts to produce slow, coherent, beautiful alpha waves and theta waves. Alpha waves helps your brain to visualize things clearly. It helps your brain to become very creative with its imagination. And when your brain is producing theta waves, the door between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is wide open. Your conscious mind helps you to imagine things, and your subconscious mind is the deeper mind, is the mind that needs to be changed, is the mind that needs to be impressed with positive mental imagery and feelings so that your life, so that your physical reality will change. And under theta waves, this can happen very easily. When your brain is producing theta waves, you become very suggestible to your own visualization. You will be able to accept your visualization, believe your visualization, and surrender to whatever you have imagined in your visualization as if it is the truth. So the first step is relaxation through yoga nidra. Now, the second step is visualizing. Imagine, now you start to imagine that you are already the person that you desire to become, and you're already doing the things that you want to do. So start to imagine that you're a calm, happy, relaxed, joyful, empowered version of yourself. And start to imagine what are the things you're going to do in your world now that you have become this upgraded version of yourself. Are you going to talk to people in a very confident manner without having this thought in your head, oh my God, when am I going to have another panic attack again? Start to visualize that. Start to visualize that you are now going to the places and events that previously used to trigger your panic attacks. And now visualize that you are confidently talking to people with your chest out. You can notice in your visualization that your breathing rate has slowed down. You can imagine that you're taking your pulse rate and it is just 70. It's probably 100 plus right now if you're inflicted with anxiety and panic attacks. Provide all the sensory vividness to your imaginary scenario. Right now, if you're avoiding coffee and stimulating agents because you're inflicted with panic attacks, start to smell the aroma of coffee and drink coffee in your imaginary scenario and say to yourself, oh my God, finally, I have healed my panic attacks and finally I can drink coffee again. Right now, if you're avoiding dating, start to date amazing, romantic, wonderful partner in your visualization. Start to touch their hair. Start to kiss them. Start to smell their perfume. Start to hear them compliment you on how powerful, on how peaceful of a human being you are. Start to say to your friends and family, guys, you do not have to worry about me anymore. I don't go to therapy sessions. I don't buy anxiety medications. I do not have anxiety and panic attacks anymore. I'm completely fine. And start to hear your friends and family say to you, oh my God, you're so peaceful and so relaxed these days. Your outlook on life has completely changed. What's your secret? Maybe start to teach your friends and family about this wonderful secret in your imaginary scenario. Whatever you have imagined in this visualization scenario needs to signify to your subconscious mind that now you have actually upgraded to a different version of yourself. Now you're living a life free from panic attacks. Now everything in your life is wonderful. When you do that and provide all the sensory vividness to your imaginary scenario, your brain starts to lose its distinguishing ability between what an imagined act is and what an experience that you have in this three-dimensional reality is. So start to take advantage of this wonderful property of your brain will start to create neural networks that reflect like whatever you have imagined is actually happening to you in real time. How cool is that? Now, the third step is mental rehearsal. Start to mentally rehearse this imaginary scenario over and over and over again. With enough mental rehearsal, these neural networks become hard, set, and permanent. And they are going to send a rush of chemicals down your body. These chemicals are going to create feelings in your body. Feelings that are equivalent to whatever you have imagined. You have imagined that you are now a completely upgraded version of yourself who is free from panic attacks and whose life is wonderful. So, of course, you are going to feel the equivalent emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment, and confidence. We have this stupid idea, especially in red pill, that in order to feel joy, in order to feel gratitude, we need to await success or healing or some form of validation from the external reality. But no, when you are creating your life from this wonderful human imagination, by understanding these two principles, that the universe is immaterial and feeling is the secret, the first thing that you must do is embrace the emotions of your imagination. When you start to embrace the emotion of your imagination, your healing begins. That is the moment your panic attack will start to disappear. Now, the only thing that you need to get really good at is being able to sustain these elevated emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment. Because right now, you can just sustain the emotion of anxiety, worries, and concern for no reason. Nothing in your life needs to happen for you to feel this emotion of anxiety. Because what you have done for a very long period of time is practice imagining the worst case scenarios of your life and consciously or unconsciously embrace the emotion of those imaginary scenarios. Now, I have given you the tools, this 3-step tool, to just do the opposite. Start imagining the best possible case of your life and start to embrace the emotion of that imaginary scenario. And I have already told you, and even Neville Goddard, who is a Western spiritual teacher of 20th century, said that feeling is going to breathe life into your imaginary scenario. With these elevated emotions, all your visualization will start to materialize into your 3-dimensional experience. How cool is that? But it's not even about giving life to your visualization. You now have a very strong tool to just feel the emotion of gratitude, joy, empowerment, happiness on command without any validation from the external world. Please use this in order to completely change your life. And when you do that, all of your visualization will come to you in a very unexpected manner, because that is the way of your subconscious mind. It is going to give you everything that you have visualized and felt, but it is going to happen in the most unexpected manner. So the only thing that you must do is embrace the emotions of your desired imagination, and you will change your life. You will completely overcome your panic attacks. So the first thing that you should not do right now after watching this video is give power, give attention to the external circumstances, because I've already told you that your external circumstance, that your external physical reality is just an extension of your own mind. It's just a maya, it's just an illusion. It's just a projection from your subconscious mind. Your state of mind is bad, your state of subconscious mind is negative. So of course you are going to attract all the negative circumstances towards you. So if you start to give attention to external negative circumstance, you are going to impress more negative feelings, more negative mental imagery in your mind, in your deeper mind, in your subconscious mind. And more tragic circumstances will be coming towards you. It's a vicious cycle. You need to break free of this cycle by realizing that all of this external circumstance, all of your external physical reality is a maya, is illusion. It's just a projection from your subconscious mind. So only pay attention to your state of mind. Close your eyes, make your inner experience of thoughts, feelings, mental imagery real, so real that your state of mind starts to elevate, that your state of mind begins to upgrade, that you start to feel happy, joyful, empowered, confident, and grateful. simply by using your mind in these 3 meditative steps. So, I've already told you in so many of my videos on how to completely overcome your panic attacks. But if you still feel like you cannot do it alone, then I have my Gmail or my WhatsApp, my Telegram, my Viber, all linked in the description box down below. So message me and then we can get started right away. I will provide you one-to-one online coaching. Remember, sky's the limit once you truly know how to relax, imagine correctly, and feel the emotions of your desired imagination correctly. Right now, if you know anyone in your life who is completely suffering from anxiety, mental health, panic attacks, and who is just destroying his life because of all these red pill teachings, send them this video and save their life. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.